Betcha. Feeling good. We're going to give it everything we got. Where are the guys down in front? Just keep wearing at them. I like doing that. This series is one of the few series you can see 60s sports sedans running against the 1980s sports sedans.
Motorsports Television Network brings you Round 7 of the National Sports Sedan Championship from Seattle International Raceway. Pacific Northwest, welcome to Seattle International Raceway. We're going to take you back a few years right now, about 20 years, in a version of racing that was made popular back then. Hello, I'm Mark Stendel.
And I'm Don Kitch.
It's called the NASPORT Series, and pretty much a rebirth of old.
That's right, Mark. The NASPORT Series is a recreation of the late 60s. Highly modified, production-based cars, much like you and I drive on the street.
Well, I don't know if you'd be driving those cars on the street or not.
Let's sit back and enjoy some racing.
Creator of the NASPORT Series is Bill Watson, who in 1987 saved the 2.5-liter class from running with the bigger Trans Am cars, thus starting a small sedan championship.
The racing in this series is extremely competitive. In many of the Formula Car series, you've got cars that are identically constructed, and the preparation levels in all those cars are very high, and as a consequence, you have a number of drivers, number of cars that will run very close to each other within tenths of a second per lap. It's much harder to accomplish that with production cars that have a wide range of engines and body shapes, but we've been able to do that with NASPORT through careful working with the rules, and as a result, you'll find that in many cases the top 5, sometimes the top 10 drivers are all lapping within 1 second of each other. And we've had a number of races decided by less than a second at the end of a half-an-hour sprint. So it's it really takes everything you've got, and there's no time for taking a timeout.
With only 2 more rounds to go in this year's NASPORT Series, the championship has already been decided. At the Round 6 race in Westwood, Bruce MacArthur came in second, and that gave him enough points to clinch the championship. To make matters even more interesting, MacArthur won this season's championship in the same car that Dennis Golden won the 1988 NASPORT Championship with, an 11-year-old Mazda RX3 SP.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm going to continue on and support the NASPORT Series, but in particular, we're trying to bring the Manufacturers Championship to Mazda. This car is extremely reliable. I've finished every lap of every race since the series started. And if we just go out and do the things we got to do, and we've been doing all season long, we should finish, in the next couple of races in the top 3, and that would bring us the series. And that's where we're at right now. It's just to continue on and finish up.
Mazda, Nissan, VW, Chevy, Renault, Toyota, BMW, Alfa, Porsche, Honda, Ford. You see those cars every day, right? Well, you can also see them racing in close door-to-door competition as part of the NASPORT Racing Series. On the outside, these colorful cars look like the one Germany, Italy, and Japan, the 3 hot shoes of NASPORT, highlight the diversification that is a hallmark of this sport. Close competition in differing makes of cars. Northwest native Jeffrey Scoville is based out of Corvallis, Oregon. Jeff's racing is a family effort. His NASPORT Spec Nissan 200 SX is readied by racing great Jack Scoville, his dad. Jeffrey's car illustrates his appreciation to his family.
Our car is a 1984 Nissan 200 SX. It's got a 2.2-liter 4-cylinder engine. It has the largest engine in the category and is also the heaviest car in the category.
Bruce MacArthur of El Granada, California has already clinched the Drivers' Championship and almost has the manufacturer's crown sewn up for Mazda. He's driving a Dianza Racing Mazda RX3 SP.
This is your first time at Seattle International Raceway. What do you think about the racetrack?
Oh, I'll tell you, I love this place. When we came out yesterday, I kept hearing about the weather up here, and it was beautiful, and I was just kind of in awe. But yeah, it is my first time up here, and it's a learning experience like any other track. I need to go a little faster. Neil Shelton with his Porsches up here, and he's clicking off 2 or 3 seconds faster than I am. So I'm not the kind that's going to sit
Dangerous
back.
Racing BMW 320i, Bill Watson is more than your run-of-the-mill top-flight racer. He's also the NASPORT Series Administrator. The NASPORT organization is his brainchild. 39-year-old Charlie Yarbrough has been with the NASPORT Series since its inception 3 years ago. He's been racing on and off since 1967, and his unique car was originally purchased for his wife in 1983. Charlie puts in almost as much time as the driver's representative as he does racing.
Well, I'd like to continue to run NASPORT. I don't want to run Indianapolis. I don't have any grand ideas about my particular talents. I think a good club racer, if you can get into a professional series where some of your expenses are taken care of and you can run with good, fast, aggressive drivers, you're doing pretty good.
Is going to be right in there if he gets his car together.
How are you thinking your chances are looking at this point?
I would say we've got at least an even, maybe a better than even chance at winning this race and the next race if we don't have any problems with the car, and it's been quite reliable so far this year. We